So on your home bar, you should probably have at least 3 types of strainers. Let's go over them real quickly. You're going to need a Hawthorne strainer. The Hawthorne strainer is the one that you see that's got the wire rings going around. That's the one that we use anytime we're using our tin. Put that on top. You can see that it fits. The spring allows us to go back and forth. That keeps the ice and any fruit inside the mixing tin so that we can strain out nice and easy. And they're really quite easy to use. They come in different styles. Some have a long handle coming off the back, others are short. Again, it really just, whatever one feels comfortable in your hand is the one that you want to use. But it fits nicely over top of the mixing tin, and you just use that. You can either go up or down with the gate, as we call it, that area where the spring comes to the front. You can go up and down with that depending on how much you want to let out. If you've got some berries and things like that, or some fruit, and you want to make sure it stays in, you want to keep the gate closed. If you're just working with ice and a cocktail that you need to strain, you can open that up, and you have that ability to work the Hawthorne strainer with the tin. You're also going to need a julep strainer. The julep strainer is the evolution of an old sugar sifter, actually, and was originally used on old style cocktails when the first early days of ice, when modern dentistry had not yet been invented, and you wanted to keep the ice from touching the teeth. You put it on top of the cocktail and use it to keep the ice from hitting you as you took a sip. Today, what we use it for is anything that we strain out of our pint glass. We use the julep strainer. The reason that we use it is it fits perfectly on there, and it does a really nice, elegant job of keeping the ice in the glass as we're straining out our martinis, our Manhattans, things that we've just stirred. Remember, anytime we stir, we have to stir it in a mixing glass, and the julep strainer is the proper strainer for that glass. Now, you see I also have this thin wire strainer. You might call it a tea strainer. And what would I need that for? Maybe I just made a drink with some berries in it, that's something that would have seeds. Things that once I shook up the cocktail, I don't want to go into the glass that I'm serving. Well, it's as simple as doing this process of using my Hawthorne strainer to strain, but doing it what we call a double strain. I'll hold this over the glass and pour through it, straining out those seeds, any of those little bits, leaving me with a nice, clean beverage underneath. What it also does is if you have shaken a drink and you've got a whole lot of ice shards that are inside the mixing tin, it'll do the same thing by straining out those ice shards, and you won't get extra dilution in your cocktails when you don't want it. So, Hawthorne strainer, julep strainer, tea strainer, all of them belong on your home bar. Each has its own specific use. Remember what they're for, and you'll always look like you know what you're doing back there.